So the big talking point after episode 3 of Loki, which I actually thought about right after. In fact, I did a Twitter poll, like right after the episode aired, like after I uploaded my review, and I was like, Enchantress? And, because I just had a feeling, okay, so the big scuttlebutt now after episode 3 of Loki is that Lady Loki is actually not Lady Loki in the sense of how she was written in the original Marvel comics. That instead this character is either pretending to be Lady Loki, or Kevin Feige took two characters from Marvel and combined them together into making one character, and the other character besides Lady Loki is the Enchantress. And so the big scuttlebutt is that this is actually the Enchantress, not Lady Loki. What are the clues? Well, first of all, her name is Sylvie, and the Enchantress's real name is Sylvia. That's number one. Number two, she knows how to do incantation type of powers. So either we're being led astray, and this is actually the Enchantress, or they have, well, either way, it's going to be the Enchantress. That's the way I see it. But damn, I should have put a spoiler warning at the beginning of this, shouldn't I have? Well, whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm assuming you already know by now. Or they are taking the Enchantress and combining her with Lady Loki to make like a hybrid character. Like if you remember back in Iron Man 2, Whiplash, played by Mickey Rourke, was actually the Crimson Dynamo combined with the other Whiplash from the comics. So it's not like they haven't combined characters together to make a new character or taken aspects from different characters to make a new character. So either that'll be a big twist in the future, or they're just combining stuff together. Either way, she's going to end up being the Enchantress, even though we may only call her Sylvie. In the comics, after Ragnarok happened, that's kind of what led to Lady Loki being created. And obviously this takes place after Ragnarok, even though it really doesn't, because we're talking about time travel stories here, right? So with the TVA, with time travel stories, it could take place anywhere. You see what I'm saying? So I don't want to say it takes place after Ragnarok, but it kind of does. And so Lady Loki may have been created there, even though I'm not entirely sure about that one either. But I feel like that's not where they're going with this. Because this version of Loki is not the one that witnessed Ragnarok. He's not the one that was there with Thor. He was not there for that. That's the other Loki, the one that was killed by Thanos. This is the Loki that was in 2012 with the Tesseract. So they're going to change things. I mean, it's an adaptation. They have done changes before. They're going to change things. And that's fine. You don't have to do an exact replica of the comic. The whole Thanos quest was changed for the movies. The Infinity Gauntlet storyline was changed. Like, I'm okay with them changing stuff. Just remember that the source material is going to vary a bit. In the episode, they made it seem like Sylvie was a previous Loki. I mean, they made it seem like she knew of Loki's past or had her own version of it, right? So it seems like it is a hybrid character, but she's going by the alias of Sylvie. So it could be a situation where she is Lady Loki. She's still a multiversal variant of the Loki that we know, but it's possible that for the purposes of the MCU, that in the MCU, she went on to become the Enchantress, so she'll eventually refer to herself as the Enchantress, if she even does that. I mean, when Wanda first appeared, they didn't call her the Scarlet Witch. It took, the WandaVision show to really build up to her being called the Scarlet Witch, right? I mean, that was kind of a big deal, especially for a long time fan of that character like I was, because I don't know much about Lady Loki, but I do know about Scarlet Witch, at least maybe not as much as an expert does, but I know enough, right? I'm familiar with her. So that was cool. But it could be a thing where that happens here, or they'll just call her Sylvie forever, if she even makes it past this show, because for all intents and purposes, it's possible that her and maybe even the main Loki could both bite it by the end of this show. I mean, I don't know. Her powers are very much like those of the Enchantress. So if we look at this just from the most simplest explanation, it does seem like it's an amalgam of two characters. But hey, you never know. And it could be a thing where they're borrowing ideas from different parts of Marvel, which is fine. I have no problem with it. You're going to have some purists probably have an issue with it, but I'm not one of them. Plus, she did tell Loki in the episode that she knew she was adopted. So again, it seems like an amalgamation. Either way, whether it is the Enchantress or an amalgam, it's an interesting character to bring in and one that I do hope kind of sticks around because she did win me over in episode 3. Although, if they get rid of her, I'm not going to be too upset because, you can't have a million people running around, but I think she's there for a reason and for a purpose to impact Phase 4. And who knows, maybe her and Loki will be in Doctor Strange. There's all kinds of rumors about that. So, we will see where this goes. But just wanted to make this video. Thanks for watching.